Hi everybody, I'm Mike, and this is Liberal Crime Squad. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are kind of scratching your heads and going, Liberal Crime Squad? The hell? The hell is Liberal Crime Squad? Liberal Crime Squad is an awesome game. It doesn't have any fancy graphics. It doesn't even have any music. But, the gameplay, the dialogue, the things that you get to do in the game more than make up for that. Originally, the game Liberal Crime Squad was obviously inspired by the 1983 version of Oubliette, which I have played, sort of. For some reason, I can't figure out Oubliette. I've played a little bit of it. The menus look very, very similar. Everything looks very, very similar. I can see how it's inspired by it. I can't figure out how to play Oubliette very well. Mind you, I'm not great at Liberal Crime Squad either. I just really enjoy playing it. If you're looking for someone to show you how to be a pro at LCS, or just, steamroll the game, you might want to look elsewhere, because I'm not that guy. Not that great at it, but I like playing it. So I hope that my exuberance will make up for my lack of aptitude. Like I was saying, Tarn Adam at Bay 12 Games is the person who originally conceived and brought Liberal Crime Squad to life. And he got it up to version 3.9. But I've been in the project in 2004. It has since been picked up by the open source community and can be found on SourceForge, which I'll include the link below, but it's also right there on your screen. It is a free game, and it's actively being worked on. The lead developer on it right now is Jonathan S. Fox, and he has a YouTube channel, which I may or may not link to, depending on whether or not I remember, that will teach you how to work certain mechanics of the game. But yeah, this game is the whole reason that I wanted to start recording videos of me playing games and putting it on the internet, because I love this game. And when I first saw people playing it, I was blown away by it and how just fantastic it was. You may not agree, and if you don't, that's fine. But I think it's great, and I hope you do too. So, let's get going. Alright. As you can see, I've played some previous games. Okay. We are going to pick some gameplay options. Ordinarily, I gotta just go classic mode, no conservative crime squad, and that's just kind of it. But we're gonna go with B and C. We're gonna start with the CCS, which is the conservative crime squad. And we're going to go with Nightmare Mode. Liberalism is forgotten. And everything just starts, totally arch-conservative. We're going to go for Democrat Mode, because I'm already making things hard enough on myself. And I'm a real boy. So I'm going to select male. Not that it would make a difference, but I like to play as a male. Sid. What's your last name gonna be? Sid Krishna. Yeah, you know what? I like that. I am from the wonderful frozen wasteland of Canada, so I don't really have an attachment to too many American cities, but since we can choose cities now, which is something that you couldn't previously do in Liberal Crime Squad, I am looking for a specific one that I do sort of have a little bit of an attachment to. Albany, New York, because my favorite American has spent some time there. Alright. So, let's begin. Alright. So this is the character creation. Insight into a revolution. My traumatic childhood. The day I was born in 1984. The Polish priest Populus. I'm really sorry to any Poles out there. Populusko was kidnapped by government agents. When I was bad, my parents grounded me and hid my toys, but I knew where they were. Or where they put them. I can't read. In elementary school, I was a class clown. I even had some friends. When I turned 10, my parents divorced. Whenever I talked, they argued, so I stayed quiet. In junior high school, I played violent video games at home. I was a total outcast. Things were getting really bad when I stole my first car. I got a few blocks before I totaled it. Well, I knew it had reached crescendo when I stole a cop car when I was only 14. I went to juvie for 6 months. I was only 15 when I ran away and I started robbing houses. Rich people only. I was fed up with their crap. Life went on. On my 18th birthday, I celebrated. I'd saved $1,000. No, you know what? I managed to acquire secret maps of several major buildings downtown. For the past few years, I've been surviving alone, just like anyone. But we can't go on like this. I live in Albany, New York, and it's about to experience real change. A new conservative era. The year is 2009. Conservative President Ryan Ricci ends his second term with approval ratings in the high 70s and is succeeded by hardcore arch-conservative Edward Headley. With conservatives sweeping into power in the House of Representatives and Senate, a conservative majority in the Supreme Court of the United States, commentators are hailing it as the beginning of a new conservative era. President Edward Headley has asked the new Congress to move quickly to rubber stamp his radical arch-conservative agenda. The left seems powerless to stop his imminent trampling of liberal sanity and justice. In this dark time, the liberal crime squad is born. How shall we be known to the people? We shall be known as the Red Menace. Because, you know, we're gonna be elite liberals, so, I mean, we will be the Red Menace. Okay, so, what should we do to go forth and stop evil? Okay. I'm gonna try to explain some things as I go, but I might not explain everything about the game. Like about all the mechanics and whatnot. Hopefully you'll just pick things up as you go. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the industrial district, and right now our current safe house is the homeless shelter. With a heat of 0, the police have no idea that we're doing anything, and a secrecy of 20, because we're in a homeless shelter, people come and go, and there's no real way to hide your activities. What I'm going to do is I am going to go and I'm going to go to the Wiseman Street Crack House. You may be wondering, how is that going to stop evil? Well, that's going to stop evil by the fact that I'm going to go here to recruit some liberal squad mates. Let's see if I can get in through this door. That G&G is gang graffiti. Well, let's try and pick the lock. Ah, I unlocked the door. Oops. Couple of encounters. Okay. I'm gonna talk to these people, but I don't really want them in the squad. Do you want to hear something disturbing? Crackhead responds, what? You want to look like the Toxic Avenger? Oppose pollution! Crackhead responds, it's not that bad. Alright. You want to hear something disturbing? What? Protests and demonstrations are regularly and often brutally suppressed in this country. People have to watch what they write, even what they read. Oh, really? Yeah, really? After more discussion, transient agrees to come by later tonight. For more liberal indoctrination. Alright. Well, I'm going to talk to more people to bring my skills up in persuasion. But I'm not really looking for any transients or crackheads. The whole reason I'm here is because I want to try to find some mutants. And you may be wondering, why do you want to find mutants? Well, when I find a mutant and I go and recruit them, you will find out. Okay, so I'm going to strike up a conversation. Do you want to hear something disturbing? What? The police regularly torture minority suspects during interrogations. Locks! I don't think we can allow that. After more discussion, transient agrees to come by later tonight. Let's talk to the crackhead. You want to hear something disturbing? What? Political favors are bought and sold for campaign contributions, and the voting system enforces two-party dominance. Gadzooks! Something must be done. After more discussion, crackhead agrees to come by later tonight. Let's see. Do you want to hear something disturbing? What? Political favorite? We've already... Well, it worked again, so I guess we can't really complain. Oh, my numlock was off, that's why. Alright, so we've got 4 scheduled meetings. We can have up to 6. Well, we can have as many as we want, but after 6, we're going to start missing meetings, and then people are going to just kind of, you know, float away. Right now my persuasion's at 1, which is suboptimal. We're going to want to bring that up. So that's why I'm talking to all these people. You want to hear something disturbing? What? Sexism is still pervasive in subtle ways, and women make much less than they deserve for their labor. Gosh, is there anything I can do? After more discussion, crackhead agrees to come by later tonight. Let's talk to the prostitute. Do you want to hear something disturbing? What? Have you noticed how people are working more and more hours for less and less money? It's all part of a plan to keep you enslaved, man. Gosh, is there anything I can do? After more discussion, prostitute agrees to come by later tonight. Okay. You may have noticed that some people are in green, some people are in white, and some people in red. Green means that they're liberal. White means that they are moderates. And red means that they're conservatives. I want to possibly bring up my... do I, though? No, I don't. I'm not going to do that now. Okay, I've got 6 meetings. I'm going to get out of here. Okay. Suzanne Van Rechteren kind of regrets agreeing to this. How should the Red Menace approach this situation? Well, I could spend $50 on props and a book for them to keep afterward, but if you look in the upper right-hand corner, you will see that I have $7. So that is not really an option. And you can see here that, I mean, right now I can't see their skills, and their attributes and stuff like that. But the more and more I talk to them, like if they stick around, the more I'll get to know them, and the more I'll be able to see their attributes and their skills and stuff. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to casually chat with them and discuss politics, in the hopes of bringing up my persuasion. The Red Menace explains his views on the cops. The Red Menace comes off as slightly insane. This whole thing was a mistake. There won't be another meeting. I can't help but feel that if I were actually talking to a prostitute about politics, this is probably how it would go. As a matter of fact, this is usually how it goes when I talk to women about politics, or really anything for that matter. Okay. Anne Wernos. Was it? Oh, Wernos. She was like that serial killer, but I can't remember what her first name was. Anyway, she regrets agreeing to this. The crackhead regrets agreeing to talking to me, because the crackhead has better things to do. I explain my views on free speech. I come off as slightly insane. Ed Carr is interested in learning more, so I tell him about my views on CEO compensation, and he finds my views to be insightful. He'll definitely be back tomorrow. Ian Suter is interested in learning more. I chat with him. He's skeptical about some of my arguments, but he'll be back tomorrow. And Ryan Weston kind of regrets agreeing to this, so I talked to him. I talked to him about CEO compensation, and he thinks I'm nuts, so he leaves. Jared Timmons kind of regrets agreeing to this. I talked to him about AM radio, and he thinks I'm nuts, and he won't come back. Okay, so tomorrow I've got 2 meetings left, and my persuasion has gone from 1 to 1.60. Also, through the virtue of having spoken to just other people, my my skill in law, business, religion, and science have gone up. Although barely. Just by talking to people, they have gone up. Okay. What shall I do next? I am going to go back to the crackheads and go and talk to some more people, I think. See if we can find a... Oh, I should have talked to that prostitute. I'm going to talk to the prostitute and transient. I dropped a pickup line by accident. Since we're in conservative nightmare mode, free speech is at a premium. So all of the pickup lines are censored. So instead of getting a real pickup line, you get, "What church do you go to?" Prostitute responds, "You're big." I got turned down by a prostitute. It's cool. Fine. That didn't hurt my feelings at all. I'm gonna talk to this female transient. Maybe she wants to talk to me about politics. You want to hear something disturbing? What? Corporate executives use giant corporations as a mean to become parasites that suck wealth out of this country and put it into their pockets. Gosh, is there anything I can do? There sure is. After more discussion, the transient agrees to come by later tonight. See, she likes me. Screw you, prostitute. I'm going to talk to this transient. You want to hear something disturbing? What? Protests and demonstrations are regularly and often... we've seen this. That's frightening. What can we do? Okay, we've got 4 meetings scheduled to... could have done that again. Okay, see? On the left, in the bottom there, you have crackhead in white. So that means that crackhead is moderate. We have a transient in the middle in green, which means he is a liberal, or she. And a gang member on the right with that is in red, which means that they are conservative. Just wanted to show you guys that. So I've got 4 scheduled meetings. Let's go and talk to the crackhead. You want to hear something disturbing? Burning a piece of cloth that's actually stigmatized in this country. You can love freedom and still hate what our government stands for. Oh, really? Yes, really. For more discussion, crackhead agrees to come by later tonight. Talk to the transient. You want to hear something disturbing? In the name of the war on terror, we've sacrificed our soul by letting the government torture and abuse human beings on our behalf. Gosh, is there anything I can do? For more discussion, transient agrees to come by later tonight. Alright, so we've got 6 meetings. You know what? Let's bump up our seduction. Or at least attempt to. We're going to talk to the teenager. We're going to drop a pickup line. What church do you go to? Hey, look, a UFO. And ducks away. Yeah, this is usually what happens to me in real life, too. You don't know, 17-year-old teenager? What church do you go to? Hey, look at... okay. I'm gonna hit on the prostitute. Hey, will you marry me? Jesus. That wasn't really an answer. Okay. Do you believe in abstinence education? I'm, waiting for someone. Alright, talk to the crackhead. Will you marry me? You're not my type. I like sane people. Well, then you might not be my type either. Because I like the crazies. What church do you go to? You're not my type. I like... Okay, apparently the crackheads have much the same thing to say. My seduction is at 0.35. I'm going to work that up until it gets to 1. Will you marry me, teenager? Okay, apparently the teenagers are really into the UFOs. Will you marry me? Are you serious? Well, no. I just kind of wanted to, you know. And... ha 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 ha. Lovely. Well, so far this whole seduction thing isn't really turning out for the best. 0.61. Ooh, a conservative hairstylist. Alright. My seduction is almost where I need it to be. Might be done after this. Nope. One more group. Maybe even this. Yes. Okay. So my seduction is, as you can see here, it is a whiter shade of white with a plus sign next to it, which means that I have leveled up in seduction. I'm going to get out of here because I obviously haven't accomplished much. I'm going to see if I can go open some doors. I'll hold my security a little bit. Yeah, what the heck? Open up the door. Maybe I should get out of here. There's not much to do in here. Open up the door. You know what? After this, I'm going to go do something slightly more interesting. Okay. Brooklyn Rastrelli is interested in learning more. Talk to her about politics. She's convinced that I don't really understand the problem, and maybe I need more experience. Well, okay. Ellen Davidson regrets agreeing to this. I talked to her about labor rights, and she thinks I'm insightful, so she'll come back. Peter Saxton regrets agreeing to this. I come off as nuts. Jane DeLorean regrets this. Talked to her about corporations. She thinks I'm crazy. Okay, see, you guys may or may not remember, we spoke to Edward Carr the crackhead before. Now you can see that we can see more of his stats, and yeah, so he feels that something needs to be done. I will string him along because I don't actually want him to be part of the liberal crime squad, but I do want to bump up my persuasion. So I talked to him about generic research, and he thinks I'm a genius, so he's going to come back tomorrow. Same thing with Ian Suter. I talked to him about immigration. He thinks I'm great, and he's going to come back. Alright. I'm going to go forth and stuff evil in the industrial district. I am going to go to the Rota Street housing projects. To the projects, yo. Alright, so I'm going to go and open the doors. Unlocking the doors. Oh, hi. Alright, my security is slowly going up, but I'm not here to, bump up my security, really. I am here to... Ooh, a mutant! Hello? Do you want to hear something disturbing? What? We live in such a backwards country right now that people think it's a right to walk around with the power to murder at any moment. That is disturbing. What can I do? Mutant's gonna come by later tonight. That is awesome. Okay. So, I'm gonna duck in and grab macaroni art, family photos. Oh, crap. Whew. I very nearly got spotted by a conservative here, but I slipped into the shadows. I grabbed those 3 things, and I got 3 juice. Juice is like experience points, and you can level up. When I get to 10 juice, I will level up. Right now, I am a civilian, a high school dropout. And every time I steal one thing, I get an additional juice. You'll also see here that if you look up near the top left, my clothes, as soon as I go into this shaded part, turns from green to red, which means that I go from having clothes that are acceptable for the surroundings to suddenly my disguise is not acceptable, and that if a conservative sees me, that unless I bluff them or fade into the shadows, they're going to call me out for being a liberal. I guess I have a big I heart peace button on my shirt or something. Alright, so still some macaroni art and some dirty socks. I'm up to 6 juice. Oh, crap. The amateur magician shouts an alarm at my liberal trespassing. I'm gonna get that. Oh, crap. A musician, a hairstylist, and a locksmith are barring my way. I don't have any weapons, nor do I have any real fighting skill. So I'm going to attempt to sneak by them. Okay, the musician has a 9mm and shoots at me. Hits me in the left leg and nearly kills me. The hairstylist punches me in the left leg. The locksmith punches me in the right leg. I groan in agony. I cry out one last time and I'm dead. Nobody can carry me. Huh. Well then. Liberal Crime Squad, Liberal Crime Squad, yeah!